Thank you. Thank you very much. And welcome to all the veterans here today and many of our friends. September 2nd, 1945, Tokyo Bay, aboard the USS Missouri. The Japanese signed their surrender, unconditional surrender. The war was over and everybody in the world knew about it. They all applauded. Let me tell you something that happened on the same day that no one knows about. On September 2nd of 1945, in Bataan, Japan, where I was serving the time at the POW, shoveling coal in the Mitsui coal mine, as the time came for a release, we were told we had to sign a paper. And what the paper said was, you will not disclose what's happened to you as a POW to anyone without the War Department's permission. To do so is subject to court-martial. No one knew about that. What were they afraid of? The slaughter on Bataan Death March? Were they ashamed of the Palomar? The slaughter there where they put 150 men in an air raid shelter and set fire to it? Were they ashamed of Unit 731? I don't know what they were ashamed about. But whatever it was, it's no longer a problem. We now have wonderful edifices such as this wonderful museum to solve our problems. You know, this museum that you're sitting in is not steel and cement, not bricks and mortar. It's a home. It's a place for 16 million men and women who served in the military during World War II. This is our house. Take care of it for us. And what about the 400,000 that died in order to make sure that we had peace, friendship, and that we had freedom? They died. This is our edifice. This is where we live. Don't take it away. I live here. I want my family to come here. I want my friends to come here and find out what happened to give them the freedom of having all those gadgets that they enjoy. Yes, there's a lot of freedom. No question about it. You know, I wrote the book in 1995. That was 50 years after I got out of prison camp. The reason for 50 years was I finally said to myself, what are they going to do, put me in jail? You know? Tried to figure out the title for the book, and I said to some of my family and friends, you know, when I die, I'm going to heaven, because I've done my hitch in hell. And that became the title for the book, My Hitch in Hell. And because of that, I met Stephen Ambrose. Stephen read the book and was very, very kind in his generous contributions to the story. It was so wonderful. And then in 2001, when the Pacific Rim was dedicated here at the museum, he had asked me to come and speak. And I was here then with Stephen Ambrose at that time, trying to tell the people what was going on. I was proud. Oh, I was so proud then. But ladies and gentlemen, I am so much prouder today. I visited the exhibit today. The road to Tokyo. What they didn't say was that it was paved with the blood of Americans. And I saw what you've done up here. It is magnificent. It is more than we could possibly expect. I've seen things today that I never knew existed, but this museum has it through the generosity of many of its donors, of who I thank also. And so we've had a great run for the show, a great run total. I am so pleased to be in the company of so many wonderful people, outstanding people, courageous people. Woody, who was a recipient of the Medal of Honor, helping people. And by golly, tonight he had to help me stand up also. Thank you, Woody. You know, as you travel through the museum, there was one picture there of the Bataan Death March. Take a look at it. Look into the eyes of those men. They were sick. They had eaten iguanas, monkeys, snakes. They had no food. They had malaria, dysentery, gunshot wounds. They were not ready to march. Take a look in the picture. You see the eyes. You see the questioning in their face. They don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone 5 minutes from today. That's what you'll see there. And so I invite you, the next time you go up through the museum and you see that picture of the Bataan Death March, stop for a second. Say hello, because I'll be there and I'll say hello back. Thank you.